Am I crazy? Or are there a lot less American people? Okay, I am a little crazy. But seriously, where are the Americans? Are they there? Are they there? Or are they here? Maybe it's because I'm just so observant, but I can't seem to find them. This is Esperanza, and you are watching MCRC Review. Crue is one of the best bands that's graced this God's green earth. Personally, I believe they defined the 80s, and their fresh lyrics, neat guitarists, and their outward appearance influenced a generation. Today we'll be discussing Motley Crue's personality and relationships because Motley Crue's personality contributed to their success. They were fearless and daring, and that showed in their music, performance skills, and outward appearance. First, we're going to talk about the origins of the actors versus the origins of Motley Crue. Then we're going to talk about the background of the crew. And finally, we're going to talk about their personality. Let's get started. MacLeod was the only member born on foreign soil. His mom was a Greek beauty queen, while his dad was an American in the military. Tommy and his parents moved back to the U.S. when he was 2. There, his sister Athena was born. Basically, Tommy and Athena are Californians. This also goes for Vince, who was born and raised here. Mick was from the Midwest and moved to California as a tween. Nikki moved around the western part of the U.S. and settled in L.A. as an older teen. Fuck you, Curly. All 4 members have roots in California, so it's beyond me that they hired 2 British dudes and a Australian. I know what you guys are going to say. Actors are supposed to be playing someone that they're not, but choosing someone for a biographical film is different from choosing an actor in a normal production. I know what you guys are going to say. Acting is being someone that you're not. But choosing someone to be in a biographical film is different from choosing an actor from an actual normal production. What you guys are going to say. Acting is being someone you're not. But choosing actors for a biographical film is different from choosing an actor from a normal production. You want to get somebody who has a similar background or is quasi-similar. The only American was Machine Gun Kelly. That is why he was the best out of the 4, because he embodied our mannerisms and our speech patterns. You want to get somebody who has a similar background or is quasi-similar. Machine Gun Kelly was the only American, which is why he was the best one out of the 4. That is why he was the best out of the 4, because he embodied our mannerisms and our speech patterns. There was even a study that Europeans are proven to be more broader and stiffer, while Americans are more relaxed, which is how spies were able to point out whether someone was American or not. Having the authentic attention to detail picked at the credibility of the acting and therefore the story.
And it gradually goes up. Stop. Ask the audience if they want to hear it faster, and it's this progression that just keeps getting faster and faster and faster until finally I'm peaking, and it goes, and it's just, and just you're playing. At that point, it stops, and I think.
What's cool is that when Tommy's playing, and from what I've watched when we were working at the show before we went on tour, you can actually see if you were like above him.
It's like looking down.
Whether it's when I first started going as like a 12-year-old and experiencing this whole thing where. Growing up where I didn't know anybody else that was like me or like the music that I liked or dressed like me or whatever. Yeah. And then Warped Tour comes to town, and I went and I found this whole world of people that shared interests with me. And it was really like kind of this extroverting cool thing to think, oh, wow, like this little world that I have in my room in my house is something that's shared with all these other people. So it just meant everything to me. And so I would look forward to it every.
Millennials sound different from past generations. This isn't something that many people pay attention to because it's not very noticeable unless you're looking for it. The Motley Crue interview that you just watched showcases their lazy A's and their relaxed mannerisms. The second interview was a new band. And although they are also American, have you noticed that they're a little bit more controlled and less relaxed? This is millennials in general. They're more controlled and less relaxed. They're so tense. We were the first generation to be exposed to internet and global media, so it kind of decreases our uniqueness and Americanness. Directors or whoever was involved should have trained these millennials to behave more like baby boomers. If you're gonna hire foreigners, train them to behave more American. If you're gonna hire millennials, you have to train them to behave more like baby boomers, essentially. Background. They showed Nikki's. Period. They showed Tommy's, but a sneak peek. But none of Vince nor Mick. They should have shown background. It's important to who they are. It made them who they are. They should have shown or mentioned that Vince was in a milk ad. It's kind of important to the fact that he's always been a performer and has the heart of one. Something. I mean, they act like Vince's life started when he was in high school and Mick when he was damn near 30. I also want to point out that they made Athena too bitchy. I mean, she's chill and laid back. She always gets along with Tommy. And in the movie, they made her so bitchy. They made her that annoying little sister that you just want to drown to death.
Cerise! I'm a rapey athlete! Bring it!
Whoa! That would smell.
Yuck!
Ooh.
Disgusting.
Better to burp it and taste it than fart it and waste it.
Gross! Yay! Yay!
Stop doing that.
Woo!
He's got
Yeah! You showed up!
I'm not
I can't
drinking.
do this without laughing!
I had some tests done, and now they're gonna tell me what came out. That sounded gross. What came out?
Personality of the Crue. They just weren't. I just want to go back and say that Machine Gun Kelly did a great job embodying Tommy Lee. I can tell he was really into the role and really cared about the image and how much Motley Crue means to him. He even got the drum twirl down of Tommy Lee. An early episode, but Mick Mars was too innocent and the man is still a rock star. This is the theme of the 2010s and it has finally hit the metal crowd. And I hold it very near and dear to my heart. God bless him. Like and subscribe, sound off below, and if you have anything to say, contact me, Esperanza. Yeah, that's right. This right here, this host right here in this America at MCRC Review. All right. See you next week, fellas.